Hey, I got an email from Jenny saying that you had a specific question about Microsoft Forms and whether or not you could have Forms add text into a return. Unfortunately, Forms isn't sophisticated enough for that. That Microsoft has another product called Power Apps that can do stuff like that. But that takes quite a bit of development. If you wanted me to make a Power App for something like this, I would need a couple months in advance, and we'd have to sit down for a couple meetings and figure out exactly what we want it to look like. But that can be done in the future. But for now, I want to show you how you could solve your problem on the Excel side. So I've just got a basic Excel sheet here, and I've just got an example column. Say if you ask the principals or counselors or whoever it would be that would be filling out this form to return just those unique identifiers, the 4 digits on the end. Oh, look at this. I made them all the same number. That's not helpful. What we can do. There we go. Now they're all different. What we can do is we can take this form here and then add this information to it in a new column. And hopefully this will be helpful to you. Let me show you how that works. So we've got this return data here that comes from the form. Over here, out of the way, away from where the form data is being returned, I have entered in what I'm calling the ADC placement correction. And it's the first half of that code that you want to see. It's just typed in here in this in this spot here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reference back to this cell when I combine these two. So there's a specific formula we want to use, and it's concatenate. So you'll type in equals, and then if you can get at least this far, it'll give you the option. So we can double click that, and then it wants to know what information we're going to put together. So the first thing that we want them to add is the information we put in here, and then after that we want that. Okay, so here's a fancy thing that you have to do with Excel formulas to make your life easier. Now that we've typed in concatenate and we've clicked the first cell that contains that information, what we need to do is actually hit the F4 key. And when you hit F4, it adds $signs before the J and the S. And what that does is it locks this formula onto this particular cell. And so when we copy this down to the rest of this table, it's not going to move away from that cell for that particular part of the formula. Okay, so that's real important. Click the cell and then hit F4, and that will lock it. We're going to hit the comma. And now we're moving on to the second thing that we're going to add, which is this cell right here. And that's all we need to do is add those two. We're going to close parentheses and hit enter. And look at that. You've got your full number right here. Now, because we have locked this part of it in there, but we haven't locked this one, when we grab the little corner here and drag it down, it's going to repeat that first half, but grab the corresponding new one over here. Okay, so now you have your full ADC placement number thing. Now, here's what you might be tempted to do, which is to delete this particular row because you have this going. If you just do that out of the blue, yeah, that causes a problem because now those formulas are referencing back something that doesn't exist anymore. So what we need to do is if you want to just not ignore this, well, there's a couple things you could do actually. We can right click it and we can hide it, and now it's gone, but it's there, but it's gone, but it's not gone. So there's that option. You can unhide it and it comes back. The other option would be, and what I would prefer for you to do, really, if this is a living document that's going to be changing throughout the semester or year, is to just hide this column once you have this in place. That way you won't have any reference errors. If it's something where it's a static sheet where this is a report that you're going to print or give out at a particular date or time, what I would do is I would grab this column here and copy it, and then when you go to paste it, you right click where you want to paste it, select this right here, which is paste as values. And what it does is it's pasting the actual value there and not the formula. So in the original spot, it was pasting, it grabbed the formula, but here in the new place, it didn't grab the formula, it grabbed the value. So now in this column, we are fine with deleting that. See? So those are your two options. I hope that this was helpful. I am willing and able to help you out if you need help with this. It's relatively straightforward though, so I hope you can get it done. Anyway.